Yeah.
Young Z, how you doing, brother?
What's up, my guy?
Doing great, man. Doing great. I gotta say, man, first and foremost, thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening, man. Been a fan for a long time.
It's all good, man. You know how it go. We do this shit.
Hey, man,
That's what
most
we do.
Hey, man,
What
I
it
know
look
you're a
like,
busy
though?
guy, man. So I'm gonna jump right into this, man. But taking you back, man, to the beginnings. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners the story behind the iconic Outsidaz group, man. And of course, how did you get connected with all the other members, man? Because the Outsidaz is, in my personal opinion, one of the biggest East Coast hip hop groups of all time.
Well, I met Pace and DU on New Year's Eve. I forgot what year it was, like in the 90s. I went to a New Year's Eve party with this chick, and it was niggas there. I ain't know nobody there but her. And niggas started rapping, and, then it spilled out to outside. And then I jumped in it, and then, everybody was rapping. And at the end of it, me, Pace, and DU was kind of the best people there. So we ended up, they had a studio around the corner. We ended up start recording. And it started from there. Me, Pace, and DU.
And I remember reading as well that back in high school, man, you're doing a lot of battle raps and whatnot, man. Were these around the battle rap days, or was this like after you got out of high school, you linked up with the rest of the Outsidaz?
Well, I didn't really go to high school in New Jersey at all. I went to high school in California. So I was doing all my battle rapping in California. You know what I mean? I was doing that before I even linked up with the Outsidaz. So then, I did a little time in jail out there. When I came home, that's when I linked up with the Outsidaz. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, doing battle rapping out there in California.
I linked up with Patient DU, and we wasn't the Outsidaz at first. I was fucking with these two niggas. We was schizo, and then Pace and DU was their own group. Pace had the teammates, and yeah. No, Pace had the real characters, and DU had the teammates, and that was our crew. And then we started, going to battles, meeting other rappers, and the winners of those battles, we start putting them down with the Outsidaz.
And just going back to your battle rap days out in California, man, because out there in California, man, you must have ran into a lot of other artists, man. Did you ever actually battle rap with anybody back in the day that actually became super famous, actually out there on the West Coast?
Well, I don't remember none of their names. That was like junior high. So I can't even tell you that because I don't remember none of their names.
But especially a long time ago.
They probably remember, though. I bet you them fucks remember.
Because Young Z took them to school. You know what I mean? Took them to school while they were already at school.
Yeah, man. You know how it goes. This what we do. This shit is a sport to me. It ain't just like, it's like boxing. I can admire your style too, but when we get in that ring, which is the studio, the outcome is the song. One of us got to be better than each other, or it's going to be a draw. And that's what I say in the world of hip hop. Like, I study bars, I study music. That's what I do. You can only be just as good as me. You can't be better than me on no song. Ever since I can remember, and especially now with my attitude, you can never be better than me. Only just as good as me. And that's all I'm looking for.
And also as well, man, in 96, yourself and the other Outsidaz members actually had the opportunity to be featured on the Fugees song Cowboys. From what you actually can recall, man, can you tell our listeners a story behind this iconic recording session? And of course, man, what was it like just being in the studio working alongside the Fugees?
Well, I was fucking with the Fugees. They heard about me making noise in the hood, and my manager was Haitian at the time, so they requested to meet us. So me and Pace and Slang went over there. And so we was rhyming. Clef was there playing the guitar and shit. We was rhyming. And it turned out that Clef wanted me to fuck with them on the tour they was about to go on, which was for Booth Bath. It was even before the score. You know what I mean? So I was on tour with them fucking around. Then we started recording the score. You know what I mean? And then I wrote a lot of shit for Proswell, all that dancing around the border like Cassius Clay and all that other shit. And, I ain't going to talk about that, but yeah, so when it was time for when Clef called me and said, I want you to be on the song Cowboys with me, Lauren, and Proswell, I said, yo, it's three of y'all. Let me put two of my people on too. So I said, put Digger and Pace on. And that's how Cowboys came. I love my niggas. Whatever I can be on, whatever I can help them with, I'm going to always do. That's how it's always been with my career. But, niggas don't be appreciating shit. So this time around, not saying my main niggas, but this time around, I'm not just extending the olive branch to anybody to just join in on my movement. This time I want to see it all the way through.
And I gotta say, man, you guys did such a phenomenal, just your guys' chemistry on that record, man. The Outsidaz and the Fugees together, your chemistry on that project was so phenomenal, man. And if I'm not mistaken, that album actually went multi-platinum, man. Sold countless records all across the world.
Yeah, like 30, something like that, 30.
I gotta say, I realized I think they just actually re-released that on a digital remastered vinyl as well not too long ago. I saw that actually kicking around my local record shop.
I think they did too, but when that happens, there's gonna have to be some money involved.
I definitely agree, man. you got to get your money, man.
I fuck with them though. That's my family. I can't even front.
And yeah. Also as well, man, the one thing I got to bring up to you, man, is because in the same year, I actually remember this album, man, and I always enjoyed this debut album when you actually dropped a musical meltdown, man, on Perspective Records. Yeah. I was wondering, for the listeners that aren't familiar with your earlier projects, man, I was wondering if you can actually tell us the story behind this monumental project. And of course, man, what was it like just being able to work on this monumental project, man, because the producers you had on this project was just so phenomenal.
I had one up to Flavor Unit. They called me up there to give me a record deal. So the A&R, his name is Kobe Brown. They came out with the paperwork and everything, and he was like, yo, I'm about to go sign a Perspective with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. If you don't sign this shit right now, just wait 2 weeks and I'm going to sign you up there. I waited 2 weeks. He signed me up there. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. We was moving. We was making shit happen. But the first artist they put out, it just he didn't appeal to them. So they start falling back on the hip hop part of the label.
And I remember as well, man, on Musical Meltdown, you had a phenomenal team of producers from like KRS-One, Q-Tip, Twista, and I mean, I can go on, man. I was wondering, being so early on in your career, what was it like just being in the studio with veterans like KRS-One and Q-Tip of Tribe Called Quest?
Regular. They're my niggas. What it supposed to feel like? It's regular. They're my niggas. Tip, KRS, they're my niggas. They're kind of, you know, when niggas come to your house every day, y'all get in the studio, it's regular. Y'all niggas chill all the time. I go to KRS-One parties. It's all his. One time, KRS-One invited me to a party just after we first met at a battle, and then he agreed to produce my album. He invited me to this party, bro. I'm at the party by myself. It's everybody there. Nas, motherfucking Wu-Tang. Yo, fucking every phenomenal rapper in the world there. So KRS-One gets on stage like, yo, I'm about to bring up this dope rapper, you know what I mean? And so Nas just automatically held his hand up like, he about to hand me the mic. KRS-One was like, Young Z. I came up there like, yo, brah, brah. Fucks. Let's go, nigga.
I gotta say, man, I would love to actually just be at that party, man. You know what I mean? Just all those legends in one room doing ciphers like that, man. Definitely sounded like it was a monumental experience.
Definitely fun. I feel like that is you can never match memories like that because hip hop ain't like that for us no more.
Especially that this day and age with the way hip hop is going, man. Like there's still some great artists within the independent and underground scene, but I'm noticing with the mainstream nowadays, man, it's I can't even really call it hip hop. I can't even put it in the rap genre. I don't really know what is going on with some of these mainstream artists.
Yeah, I think people run out of stuff to talk about. That's why my genre is savage rap. I don't just talk about one thing. Some artists, when they come out talking about one thing, when they try to switch it over, they don't sound good no more. They didn't put themselves in a lane that people expecting this from them. People don't know what to expect from me. I do this shit. Don't put me in no category, nigga. I got all type of artists coming out on my label. It's gonna be insane. All I'm doing is sitting back and schooling niggas.
And I gotta ask this, man, because one of my favorite features that you actually ever did, and I remember picking up this album when it first dropped, man, where you were actually featured on Redman's album, Docs the Name 2000, on the song Close Your Doors. I was wondering, man, how did yourself and Redman get connected? And of course, what was it like just working alongside fellow Newark, New Jersey hip-hop legend like yourself?
It was wonderful. I mean, it felt regular at the time, but now when I look back, I feel like I did it with all the peers of my time. It was wonderful. I met Redman through his sister. I used to, at this time, I was staying with my DJ in the basement. I was in the basement. Him and his mom stayed upstairs. We put the studio equipment in the basement. He used to mess with Rosalind Noble, Reggie Noble's sister. So she used to come down there, hear us record. Was like, yo, let me get a tape of that. So she gave it to Redman. Like a couple days later, I'm in the shower. I hear a knock at the door. Boom, 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 boom. I come to the door. I put my shit on. Come to the door. It's Redman. He like, yo, your name Young Z? I like, yeah. He's like, you did this song such and such? I like, yeah. He was like, come get in. I went and got in the car. It's like Keith Murray, all type, Diesel Don, the Governor. We went back to Red Crib. Everybody started rhyming in the circle. After about 6 or 7 rhymes each, everybody fell off. Now it was just me and Redman going blah, 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 back and forth. And that's how we got niggas like, yo, you was not playing. And that's how I got on all shit with Redman, because we not playing. And I started going on tour with the nigga. Huh?
I was going to say, I think that's the reason why I'm really drawn to that song, man, because you two are two of the best MCs to actually grace just New Jersey hip-hop, man. So put 2 fire MCs on one joint, man, it's definitely a speaker melter.
Good looking. I'm trying to get the Skydiver to get on this next album I'm doing.
Hey, well, you know, hopefully, I doubt he'll come across this interview, but if he does, man, Redman, let's do it. We need round 2.
I got that covered. But yeah, man, you listen to Scumbag?
I have, man. Actually, I actually got that question in the list, man. But since we're actually like on that topic, man, I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this newest project, man. And of course, where can we actually snag ourselves a copy of it, man? Because this is a phenomenal 7-track project.
Well, you can get a physical copy at Hand to Hand, Big Cartel Records. You know what I mean? That's a record label that this project is signed to. But you can also get a download at youngzmusic.com. We share the wealth around here. Those the bros. What up, Hand to Hand? What up, Flu? Flu made all the beats. Fuck with Flu. That's my guy. He gonna be one of the major producers in my oncoming projects.
And also, so the one question I actually had a lot of people actually reach out and wanted me to ask, man, was that in the early 2000s, a lot of fans expected you to sign, of course, to Shady Records, but instead you actually signed as a solo artist to Kaniva's record label. I was wondering, man, what actually made you decide to go with Kaniva rather than go with Shady?
That was a swindle. I forgave everybody, but that was a swindle. When I was supposed to sign to Shady, out of nowhere, the 9 and his lawyer showed up in New York, brought me out to New York, was like, here go the contracts. So I'm thinking it's from the Shady shit. You know what I mean? And so it ended up being a production deal with them so that they can get me signed to any label that they wanted to and get it signed through them. So when I finally got up with M, he was like, yo, why you signed to them? And that was the whole fuckery right there.
He had no idea what was going on, man. That's some fucked up shit.
Yeah, nah, that was some fucked up shit. So I had to go through that for 6 months. I don't know. It could have been good still, but it just didn't turn out good. But it wasn't nobody's fault. That's why I wasn't never mad at nobody for nothing that ever happened with that, because those is the bros. We've been through some times nobody can ever change. Like, you know what I mean? All them niggas know. All D12 know.
Because I do remember through that deal as well that you actually were featured on D12, D12's The World record as well. And then, of course, after that, there was no other features and whatnot. But after that 6-month deal, was that deal with Eminem still actually on the table, or did he kind of move on? Because I do know he's such a fast-paced individual, man. Like, his business is just all over the place.
I mean, it was a lot going on, and then, you know, we was still moving, we was still touring, we was still doing shit, we still talking about doing a project together. Me and Em was gonna do a whole project together. It's a lot of behind the scenes shit people don't even know, because you know that's the bro. It wasn't always about. See, this is why M wasn't fucking with a lot of people, because every time they around him, they want to ask him questions about rap. When we gonna do this? I don't do that shit, nigga. All we do is rhyme when I'm with M. All we do is rap. Everywhere we go, we could be getting ice cream. I want ice cream. Give me a nice dream of a white thing that drops up. Come on, something from 19. Come on, that's all we do. And then he'll jump in like, when my spleen starts to, come on. And that's all we do, and laugh. And that's what, you know what I mean? That's what always made us who he was. Yeah, man.
And also as well, man,
yeah,
aside from just like, you know, the music side for a minute, man, you also ventured yourself into television as well, man, where you were actually a finalist on the HBMO program, Blaze Battle Competition, man. For the listeners that aren't quite familiar with that television program, I was wondering if you can actually just break that down for us. And of course, what was it like just going through that entire competition and making it to the finals?
Well, it was the battle league before all this battle league shit that's going on now, and I had to throw myself in it because that's the type of MC I am. And so me and M was doing, he was doing the Olympics, I was doing Blaze Battle. We wasn't playing, and the Blaze Battle, I dogged all the niggas. Then when it got to shows, we had the little fight. All the bros was outside beating up niggas. So when it came to them to yell so the shit could go up, his shit was higher because his niggas was still in there scared. And our niggas was outside beating niggas up. But yeah. And the other Blaze Battle I did too. The other one I just gave it away because I beat all the niggas, and then they put me up against the girl, Pre the Honey Dark. And I was just like, bro, just give it to her. I beat her the first round. And then I'm like, I'm not just gonna keep standing here calling her bitches and hoes in my rhyme. You know how I do it. I ain't want to keep doing that to her, so I just let her get it. She talking about I'm the queen of the earth, I'm the mother of the birth. All right, let her get it. I ain't gonna keep telling her to suck my dick while she pregnant. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna keep doing this to her. So just let her get it. That's what happened to the second Blaze Battle. But I beat all the male MCs. She was the only one left.
I actually remember watching that as well, man. And I remember actually sitting back during the finals and watching that particular battle. And I was like, man,
you remember they made me battle Pace?
Yeah.
They made me battle Pace 1. Stop playing. I was like, bro, that's my bro. We came here together, nigga, to go against these niggas. They was like, nope, you got to battle Pace.
I was legit watching that, and I was like, this is going to be interesting, man. I like the friendly battle you guys did. You both actually went to town on each other, man, but you obviously, were still bros after that. That's the real thing about, in my personal opinion, when it comes to rap battles, man. Nowadays,
I wish you could pull that up. Can you find a battle with me and Pace?
I can definitely try to. I watched this when it was on TV back in the day, but like they always say, man, the internet is full of surprises, man. So I'll definitely try my best to actually dig that one up.
If you can find that and DM it to me and I post that, it'll be insane. Me and Pace gonna joke about that shit.
But the one thing I got to discuss,
but not everybody stay tuned. Scumbag EP coming. You know what I mean? It's out now, and I just did a video with Digger the other day for the song we got tonight. Yo, shit is, I'm just turning up. That's all I can say. I'm turning up on this rap shit. It's my year.
And the one last question I have, man, just pertaining to like the TV stuff, man, because I remember actually going to the movies and actually watching this, man, and I was like hella excited to actually see you in this movie alongside Nelly, where you actually made a cameo in Snipes, man. I gotta ask, man, what actually made you decide to dip your toe into the acting aspect of the entertainment industry? And of course, what was it like just being a part of that particular film?
I mean, my manager, he just be getting shit like that from me. But let me tell you, when it's come to doing a movie, it's not the same as hip-hop to me. That shit make me nervous. I don't want to be here acting like nobody else. That's just me. That's a wonderful job for people who could do it. I can only do the shit I do. But it was fun, though. All we had to do was shoot at people. So I could do that. We shot at Nelly. That's all. That's all I gotta do is shoot at these niggas. Let's go.
Hey man, shoot some
Fun.
blanks, man, and get a couple stacks. Can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with that. This shit was mad fun.
And man, just touching base on that, because I thought you did a phenomenal job, man. Do you ever think, like, you know, now that years have passed, you ever might actually do acting, or you just want to stick to just being an artist?
Well, I got a career that I'm about to embark in like survivalist bushcraft shit. I'm about to do a whole podcast with me killing shit, cooking it, eating it, building wilderness shit. This is what I do. You know what I mean? So if that comes out in the future, if it comes up in the future, let's go. But I already got a plan of what I want to do with TV. So that's what I'm gonna be doing now.
That podcast definitely sounds phenomenal, man. So I'll definitely be tuning in and supporting that one as well.
I'm gonna be killing shit, cooking it, eating it. Let's go. Me and my shorty, you know what I mean? Let's go. So yeah, man, my future is looking bright. I'm real happy. God is good. And bro, all I can say is I write every day. Look, this is all I do every day. Don't try to snapshot because I just wrote all this shit. But this is all I do every day is write rhymes and chill out in my crib. You know what I mean? Talk to my shorty and make music, bro. That's it.
And I have to, man, let's bring up, because I know what you just mentioned, you're writing rhymes and whatnot, man. Is this actually for an up-and-coming album you're working on, or is this just some ideas you have on a pad?
No, I'm dropping a new album in like a month and a half. I'm already 6 songs in. So Scumbag is just getting y'all bubbled up for the new whole solo album I'm doing. I'm going to invite a couple people, you know, the Vinny Paz, the Red Man, KRS-One, Digga, Pace. You know what I mean? I might have all the Outsidaz on one joint. So it's going to be a variety, but it's going to be a solo whole LP that I put out on my Young Z music label. Dumb videos, dumb lyrics, dumb shows, dumb tours. Dumb. I might just call it dumb now that I'm thinking about it.
And I gotta say as well, man, I'm actually super excited to hear that there's actually going to be another Young Z album coming out just so soon, man. And I do know recently you actually were just featured alongside Bizarre of D12 on his brand new song. Is this song? Is that song going to be?
What up, Bizarre?
I was wondering, is that song going to be on your album as well, or is that just something?
That's on Bizarre album. That's on Bizarre album. He got a gun.
And I gotta say as well, man, I actually have that song currently in my radio station's rotation, man, and it is absolute fire, man. We got All right, guys, I don't know what is going on. Oh, there we go. He's back. We got him back. There we go. Gotta love that Instagram buffer, man. You gotta love it.
What it look like?
I know we just spoke about Scumbag, and of course, you showed us the papers of the work you're working on for your brand new album. But I have to ask, man, what is next for yourself, man? Is there anything we happen to miss during this broadcast? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on Instagram and, of course, the FM dial.
I got a show tomorrow with Grind Mode Cypher. Shit gonna be insane. It's in violent. And then August, I got this little tour with Full Blast booking with the Outsidaz. You know what I mean? Me, Digga, and Pace. We moving. We got shit going. I'm about to do Hot 97. I'm gonna go up there and dog shit, shut shit down. I just did the Top Shelf shit. That's all I gotta say as I'm just moving and shit.
First and foremost, man, thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time here on Instagram Live and just chopping it up, man. Definitely was an absolute honor, man. Well, what we still have here, because I do know, obviously, individuals that are watching, they know how to get a hold of you on Instagram. But how can they get a hold of you on other social media handles as well if Instagram isn't their
I'm about
go-to
to do
platform?
Facebook tomorrow or tonight. I don't got no Facebook yet. My Facebook, my people's run my Facebook, but it's only for music, for bookings. But I'm gonna do a personal Facebook, and then I'm gonna do I don't know. I'm not gonna do no TikTok. I'm just gonna do Facebook. I got Instagram, and I run my my YouTube, Young Z.
I gotta say, man, as for TikTok, man, I tried to get into it, but I don't know. It's just one of those platforms that's very hard to get into, man. They make different social media sites almost every single week, man. And TikTok, in my personal opinion, is whack. Like, I have it for the radio station to put clips up, but there's way too much weird shit going on there, man, that I can't get into.
TikTok is more like for children to me, right? And I be doing shit that ain't really for children, so.
Yeah, it doesn't really mix. It definitely doesn't mix, man.
But Instagram and Facebook.
But I gotta say, first and foremost, Young Z, man, I won't take up much more of your time, but just thank you so much for your time, man, just chopping it up, talking about the old days, and of course your brand new projects, man. And whenever your new record does drop, man, let me know, and I'll definitely slide some of those joints into the radio station's rotation, man.
I appreciate it, young man. I really do, because I need this shit to be a whole different era. I need everybody to be ready for my solo project when it comes.
Hey, man, whenever it drops, if you send it, we definitely will spin it, man.
What's your favorite song on Scumbag before you leave?
Honestly, I like the entire record, man. I can't choose one in my personal opinion. It has to, literally, I've been having it going right all the way through. The only way to spice it up, man, is put it on shuffle. That's the only way to spice it up. That's the only way you can do it. You got to put it on shuffle.
All right, my girl. All right, well, good looking. Scumbag, Young Z Bars. Hit me up on IG, all the fresh rappers. Everybody want to make some music, hit me up. You know what I mean? Let's go. This shit is dope. I do it for a certain price. If it's not that dope, I got to do it for a certain price because we got to maintain the status of hip-hop.
I definitely agree, man. Thank you so much, Young Z. Definitely have yourself a wonderful night, man.